Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. Welcome to another session of Walking with Randy. How to write a book for Kindle is the subject for today. Walking with Randy is where we share posts about writing, speaking, coaching, marketing, and marriage. This is another one about writing. And so writing a book for Kindle, I would suggest that if you are a beginning author, you might want to consider writing a book for Kindle readers. Even if people don't have a Kindle device, they can get a free Kindle reader for their phones. And so I would suggest writing a book for Kindle when you're getting your feet wet in the writing process, or even if you've written other books, paperbacks and so forth, and you want to get into ebooks. So basically, my suggestion for writing a book for Kindle is that you write it the way that you would do a normal book, except you don't worry about so many different kinds of fonts and formatting whenever you are initially producing the book. So whenever you do that, then you can get your book done. You can focus on the content and get the book written the way that you want it to be written. So write it like you usually would. Now, I often use Microsoft Word, and lately I have been using a program called LibreOffice, which is a free open source platform for word processing, very similar to Microsoft Word. Some of you may be proficient in WordPerfect, and that's fine, or Pages if you're using a Mac computer. But use your regular word processing program as you write your book. Get all your content in, get it the way you want it, get the content edited the way you want it. But then I would suggest, well, yes, if you've never done so before, first of all, go to Amazon.com and set up an account. After you've done that, go to Kindle Direct Publishing and set up an account there and password to get into that. So then you're getting ready to write your book for Kindle. As I said, you write it in the regular way, except you don't worry as much about fancy fonts or certain types of formatting. Then you have an account set up for Kindle, and it will have it where you could just go into their platform and just copy and paste from your Word document right into certain sections of the Kindle book on their platform. But I would suggest taking a step before you do that, and that would be to search online for a template for a Kindle book. Now, in the past, I have used a template that I got from Tom Corson Knowles. Shout out to him for TCK Publishing, and a template for a Kindle book. So then you follow his suggestions as to how to paste your Word document or your word processing document into his template. And then also he has some other suggestions as to how you can go about doing the different formatting, some fonts that you can use, and what size fonts you can use for headings and footers. Now, on your Kindle book, though, you do not want page numbers. It just flows as one long document, and so you don't want page numbers. There are ways that you can have a clickable table of contents And so you could do some research on that. And basically, you just have the name of the chapter, and you have a link that goes to the chapter, and you can do some research online as how to provide those type of links. I think that perhaps in Microsoft or PCs, you might, excuse me, I got distracted there for a minute. On PCs, you might be able to make those table of contents, and they may just come up as clickable. In other words, if you have an Android device, it may be that way too. But for an Apple device, you may have to do some research to find out more about making your table of contents clickable. But I do highly recommend you do that, because many people really find that to be appealing in ebooks. Once you have the template filled out, then you can move over, open up Kindle Direct Publishing, and you can begin copying and pasting from your template into the respective places in Kindle. And I think it is pretty well explanatory as you go through the process. So there you go. There's a way to write a book, how to write a book for Kindle. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you'd like more tips like these, go to randysblogs.com, and there's a tab at the top of the page that says Writing. And you can click on that, and it will go to all the blog posts about writing. If you would like me to come and speak at a certain event that you have, you can go to randycarney.com, and there is a form to fill out down there, and I'd be glad to find out more about your speaking event. Let's see, what else do we do? I guess those are the main two things. Oh yes, I know what the third one is. There is a book on writing, and it's called How to Write a Book in 28 Days or Less Without Stressing Yourself to Death. And I would recommend that book to you because it is by yours truly. You just go to Amazon.com and start typing in how to write a book in 28 days or less. And by then, usually that book comes up. But if you need to put in a little bit more, go on with the words, without stressing yourself to death. And then it will surely come up and you can get it there. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you have a wonderful week, the rest of the week. And until next time for Walking with Randy, I want to remind you, you can write a book.